Hey brew tubers, happy Homebrew Wednesday. I really don't have a lot to update today. Uh, I had a successful stir plate thing work, but I still need to box that up. My cider is still dry hopping. I did get a stainless steel braided line that I got from my dishwasher, just because we've had to upgrade our dishwasher, so I'm going to pull the inserts out of that, and I'm going to use that for my mash tun since it's like over 4 feet. And so that should allow me to do a nice oval in my mash tun and stuff, and I'll show you guys that another day. But basically, I'm going to break off and show you guys kind of a wine video I did, and hopefully I'm going to make that into its own wine video and do 4 parts of it all the way from the start to racking it, treating it, and bottling it. So let me know what you guys think. So cheers. I'm going to break over to that now. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys how I make wine. This is a Pinot Grigio that I've made once before that turned out fantastic. I've already pulled this stuff out of here, but inside here you can see the juice. Basically a big bag. And then I've got some jugs of water here that I'm going to use as well to top this whole thing off. And here are the instructions and everything. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to mix in the first packet with some hot water, and then dump the juice in, top it off, and put the yeast in. It's pretty simple. If you haven't made wine before and you like wine, this is definitely an awesome cheap way to get good wine. So there you have it. Okay, and here I have my sanitized buckets. It's still got a little bit of star sand in it. I let star sand sit in, for a good 10 or 15 minutes and shook it around, and this is where the star sand's dumped into now. So I got stirring spoon, wine thief, another stirring spoon for the drill, my airlock, all that stuff sitting in there right now. And then on the stove, I'm just heating up some water that I'm going to dump into the bucket to mix with the packet. Okay, so I've dumped about a half a gallon of hot water in there, and you can obviously still see my star sand in there. So what I'm going to do now, like it says, it's the first time I'm using star sand. I've always used Ido 4, so this stuff definitely foams up quite a bit. So I'm going to give this a stir, and I'm going to stir in my bentonite now, but it's going to be hard for me to do this with the camera, so I'll be right back when it's stirred in. Okay, so the bag's empty now, and I added some water back to the bag too, and swished it around and dumped that in just to clean out anything you might be missing. Alright, so I'm just giving that a good stir. And then if we look at the instructions again, this is pretty simple stuff. So basically now I dumped everything in, and now it's just saying, to top it up to the 6-gallon mark. So one thing I need to do, as you can see right now, you can see this, it's at about 3 1/3 gallons, right around there. So that means I gotta add a good 2.5 gallons or so. One more thing I need to do is, I can go ahead and add some of this water in while it's on camera. That's splashing around a little bit too much for me, so I want to get that under control a little bit more, because I don't want any of this juice to spill out at all. Let's see if it does a little bit better here. I keep it up. There we go, that's better. So if we look, I'm almost to the 5-gallon mark. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me just stop for a minute. So it's kind of, maybe you can see that, maybe you can't, but it's at about the 5-gallon mark right now, and I have to go to 6 gallons. So I'm going to take a break a second and go get a temperature gauge so I can read the temperature on this. My temperature gauge, a good spray down with Star San. So let's see where we're at right now. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but according to this, we're probably a little over 70 degrees, maybe 73, 74 degrees, so I think we're good. Definitely add some more water in. Give this another good stir and then take another reading real quickly before I add more in. Alright, so let's do one more reading on this. So I think we're good. This says to do between 72 and 75 degrees. I'm guessing I'll probably end up fermenting more around 70 because that's my environment. So I think we're okay on temp. So I'm going to go ahead and top this off to 6 gallons, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so you're going to see this is topped off now. It's in a ridge here is 6 gallons. So what I'm going to do now is give this a good stir. So hold on, I'll be right back with you so I can seal this lid. Alright, so here's what I like to do. I don't know how many of you guys use these or not, but I like to use my degassing spoon. See if I can get it in here. There we go. And then I usually like to stir it using this. I usually do that for about a minute, and then I'll check it to see how it looks. If I can get it out of here. Alright, there we go. Let me pop the lid here a second again. Alright, so you can see it's still spinning around here pretty good. I'll take my spoon and just give it a little bit more, but I definitely think it's mixed up pretty well. So, last but not least, you'll see on the instructions, after it says to stir vigorously, so it's saying take a sample now, and then basically add your yeast. So, I guess that's what I'll do next. And again, trying to do this one-handed is just a complete nightmare, but I'll do my best. I tell you what, let me break away a second. I'll get the hydrometer filled, and then I'll be... Alrighty, so I got this guy filled. I think we're going to see this coming out to about 1090 starting. Let me move up so I can see this a little bit better. Well, let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Maybe this will focus. You can see the price tag pretty well, at least. This is having a hard time focusing. Okay, there. Now I think it's focused. You can see 1080, 1090. So it looks like it's about 1090, 1091, somewhere right in that area, which is good. Because according to this, you should expect 1080 to 1097 depending on the wine type. So I'm right around 1091, 1092, so we're good. So the next thing right here, add your yeast. And you know, this is pretty much the same as what you do with beer. So let me get my yeast packet and I'll be right back. And just to show you, you know, this kit comes with the EC 118 Lavin wine yeast. I've used this stuff in cider before and it's turned out pretty well. So something I like to do with beer too, my little trick is I like to give this a nice stir. Kind of to where it just gets going crazy. And then I come in with my yeast and I just start sprinkling it in here. That way I don't have to sit there and sprinkle you know, all over the place. I just kind of do this and it kind of spreads out on its own. So there you have it. Now we just take the lid and just for safety's sake, I'll just give this kind of another spray with Star San, even though it's already been sanitized pretty well. Go ahead and put the lid on. Alright, somewhere down in here, got this guy that's been sanitized. Somewhere down here again. Like I said, I've used Ido 4 mainly, so this is the only thing that kind of irritates me about Star San a little bit. Is it just foams up like mad. Alright, so there's that guy, there's that guy. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of Star San in there when I'm done, but there you have it. You know, pretty easy. Pretty easy wine kit. It doesn't take very much time at all. Once you've done this before, you can knock this out easily in about 20 minutes. It's a piece of cake. And if you like wine, I highly recommend doing this because, I mean, you're seriously talking about only doing 20 minutes here, you know, just to get this thing to where it's fermenting, you know, or ready to be fermented. And ultimately, this does take a month long, you know, so every week or so you got to do something to it, but it's still pretty simple. And you end up getting pretty close to 30 bottles of 750 ml wine bottles. And so if you take a kit like this, which is around $60, maybe a little under 60 plus corks, you're talking $2 a bottle for really good wine. This wine is easily as good as any wine I have ever bought. You know, I mainly buy wine that's in the $8 to $20 range. This wine is easily as good as any of those wines I've ever bought. So if you like Pinot Grigio, I highly recommend this one. Alright, there you have it. I just got to find a place to put this fermenter, and you know, maybe I'll take a little update when it starts fermenting, and I think maybe I'll make a good wine video out of this. So, cheers. Okay, there is the wine right now. So, I'll check back, you know, tomorrow or the next day to see how well it's fermenting. And then, again, here's my hard cider dry hop that's still sitting there. It's been about 8 days, so I'll probably pull a sample out of that today just to see how it tastes and whether I want to rack it into another carboy or not. Okay, there's my wine video, so I'm probably going to go ahead and create a separate video out of that just as a winemaking part 1 video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't made wine before and you like wine, give it a shot because it really is an economical way to do it, and it really is good wine, so give it a shot. Other than that, I don't have any updates. I may or may not do a video on Friday. We'll see if the wine's fermenting at that point. Maybe I'll take a shot of that and whether I rack the my cider into another carbo or not. I haven't decided. So other than that, happy Homebrew Wednesday, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.